Welcome to the show. The H-bomb in the lab, cook and feel on screen. Zesty vibes loud, turn cringe to a meme. All your filters off, it's a wild reveal. One edit from me and the fiction gets real. Play that tape.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 8th of June, 2025, the start of another 6-day streaming week. In my opinion, a great day of content. I think everything I did today was great. Seriously. The podcast, the Lies of P Overture gameplay, and the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 strain. Let's talk about how everything went, what we did, and then let's have a brief discussion about support, which will likely carry over to my other streams this week. Let's talk, okay? So, first off today, podcast, big return podcast, and I knew it would be because we had so much to talk about. First off, we talked about my final thoughts about the Switch 2 after now having covered it at launch, which was an interesting segment. We talked about my new peripherals that have now arrived for the truck sim streams. We didn't do anything with them yet because I knew that this was going to be a day where people were going to want to see me react to stuff from all of the gaming events that had happened over the last several days. So we held off on doing anything with this stuff as of now, okay? But I showed that I have the wheel, the pedals, the shift, and all that. And then I reacted to a ton of actual gameplay trailers that have come out during the last few days of, state of play and also the Xbox showcase this morning. So it actually was a pretty darn good podcast, one of the best I've done in ages, jam-packed with content. I hope that you guys will check that out if you haven't yet. It was pretty entertaining, in my opinion. Okay, now, in regards to that, basically, after that ended, we switched over to start playing Lies of P. And up to that point, the end of the podcast, we had good momentum. I think we had like $40-something of support. So I started playing Lies of P Overture, and, it was fun running through it and biting off enemies, fighting the first boss of the DLC. Gave me some hard times, like half an hour to beat him. Went to this next area of the greenhouse, fighting new enemies and everything. And it's going well, but I'm noticing something. So I play a good hour and a half. That's the whole first segment of the gameplay portion of the stream. Not a single contribution comes in. Zero. So now we have about an hour left. And I said to everyone, well, guys, this is the end of the stream. I'm going to keep going, but I don't really know what's going on. I played Lies of P on the late stream on Friday night. You guys loved it. You loved seeing me return to an ultra-difficult game and dying a lot, but then learning and overcoming. I have no clue what's going on right now. Like, what's happening? We had absolutely no support from Kick whatsoever. There were some super chats. There were some tips. Zero support from the Kick viewers. Okay? So I continued the stream, actually fought a second very hard boss, took me about a half an hour to beat, got into the third area of the DLC and ran out of time. By the end of the stream, we had hit $75 of support, so we had done half of a goal. Now we're at 7 out of 10 goals, 3 more to go for DSP Tries It, the T-Pain Munchies wheel at Jack in the Box that you guys voted for and said that you wanted. Okay? So now I'm like, okay, we're at 7 out of 10. We didn't hit one on the Lies of P stream. This is bizarre. Of course, no one could give me any answers. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it besides, oh well, shrug and move on, right? Tonight on the late stream was Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Great stream. If you've enjoyed this playthrough up to now, this was the ultimate stream. Why? Multiple boss fights, multiple epic levels and stages, great graphics, great gameplay. End of Act 2. 1 hour of cutscenes. Game-changing things. You get a Picto that now allows you to deal more than 9,999 damage. And at the end of all of this, giant story development, which I won't spoil for you at all because obviously I want you to watch it yourself because it changes everything about the game. The game dumps you back at the beginning of the game on the Dark Shores. If you remember, we've been at Dark Shores. It's an optional area with insanely powerful enemies. There was no way you would have beaten them early on. Well, guess what? I took on one mob of those enemies, and it was tough, but I beat them. So, we are now faced with the following. The next time I play Claire Obscure, I do want to clear out Dark Shores. There's like 3 or 4 mobs of these ultra-powerful enemies. I want to do it because I can probably level up and get everyone to get this Picto, so everyone will do more than 9,999 damage, and then it'll probably allow me to do everything in the game. But the thing is, the fun is run out with this game. Most people just want me to beat it. They're saying it right now, like, we just want you to go and beat the story, that's it. So We can literally do that. Like people are saying, yes, once you level up, everyone can do the more than 9999 damage. You can literally go end the game in one stream. There's one final dungeon, and then the final boss, you're done. So we may just do that. But what I'm told is that you get the option that you can reset to before the final area, and then maybe in the future, if I ever feel like going back to the game, we can explore the map. We can fight the optional dungeons and super bosses and do, because I want to do it. Like, I love this game. But I can't keep playing it when everyone keeps saying they're tired of the game. I will tell you this, tonight, it wasn't that bad. There was a decent amount of people on YouTube. I think it was between 150 and 200. And on Kick, we had a good attendance as well. And people were actually engaged. Like, people were actually talking, engaging, and liking the game. Support, well, here's the truth. Not a good support stream overall, but a good stream for Claire Obscure. We made like 60-something bucks. That's like double what we did last time, because Claire Obscure has been doing awful. You know what I mean? Like, every time I played this game, it's been making like 20 bucks. So to get 60, I'm like, whoa, that's like 3 times as much, even though my goal is 150. We didn't even get close. Obviously, this is much better, okay? But here is the weird comparison here. Lies of P, the brand new Soulsboard style. Very difficult. People loving the fact that it's kicking my ass, but I'm persevering and winning. This is the kind of game everyone wants. Everyone wants to see me play right away. 75 bubs, Clear Obscure, the 50-plus hour lengthy RPG that everyone's been complaining about for a month, doesn't want me to play anymore, makes almost as much. And, you know, I will just say this because some people say some interesting things at the end of the stream. They were like, well, this is because you banned everyone who supports you. That is a utter lie. I haven't banned everyone that supports me. You know who I banned? Iron Chef Sakai, again. Because he's been coming back with these sock accounts, and I don't know it's him. And he comes back, and he doesn't say anything bad, and he doesn't derail the stream, so you don't know who he is, and he supports in a big way. And then, all of a sudden, again, he goes bipolar, because he is. He's a bipolar fucking shatter-brained weirdo, who one day he likes me and my content, and the next day, damn Satan. And then he comes to the stream, he derails it, he insults me, he breaks every fucking rule. He tried to completely derail my Mario Kart marathon a few days ago, and he got banned again, appropriately. He deserves to be banned. He's this fucking weirdo scumbag who tries to own content, much like Tutankhamun back in the day, who was trying to say, hey, I'll support you, but you gotta play Street Fighter, and you gotta do this. So like, wait, what are you talking about? You don't dominate, you don't dictate what I do, you're a fucking weirdo. And I banned him too. It's the same situation here, okay? He's not the only person who's been supporting my content. By far, there's a lot of different people who've been supporting. Notably, he's probably one of the biggest supporters I've had on Kick, but he's not the biggest supporter overall. There's people who come by all the time and support my content. Hell, the person who did the ginormous tip a week and a half ago was not Iron Chef Sakai. The funny part is, the detractors always say the dumbest shit like, oh, it's all only iced coffee, but then it was, oh, it's all Iron Chef Sakai. Maybe Iron Chef Sakai is only iced coffee. No, it's not. You see what I mean? Like, these people are just fucking snapped and weird in the head, but they have this really bad misconception that only like 1 or 2 people support me. You're wrong. It's hundreds, it's thousands, okay? Just not everyone can combine to a giant contribution every day. So my question is, since this year started, it's been great. Like, no exaggeration. I thought, especially with the whole Kino Casino thing blowing over, that things would dramatically slow down and not be good. But they have been. They've continued. I've hit goals. We've got rewards. We've got marathons going. Everything. And as a result of that, as I've explained it time and time again, that's why I'm able to buy shit like this to improve the streams. Normally, I never would have been able to get something like this on the fly and on a whim. But you guys said, hey, if you're going to do truck sim, it's really fun, buy a wheel, buy some pedals. And I'm like, all right, what is it, like $100? Oh, no, it's over $300. Well, I would have said no. Well, because you guys have been supporting in droves, look what I can get, right? And this is what I mean, like, you're being absolutely dramatic improvements to the content. I got a Switch 2 and was able to cover it. Despite the fact I'm not going to get anything else out of it, I was able to afford it. I've been upgraded heavy doing all this stuff. Games. We have been able to buy every game on a whim, on the fly, without exception. There hasn't been a single time where I said, well, I just can't really afford that right now. Instead, I said, buy, because I can do it, because you guys have been supporting me. So here's the thing. This year, the support's been outstanding. All of a sudden now, this past week, has been like half my streams, I'm not hitting my goals. And when I say, well, what do you think's going on? Oh, it's because you banned all your supporters. No, I didn't. This is happening before Iron Chef Sakai got banned on Thursday or Friday. And I don't know what's causing it. At first, the theory was, well, because you keep playing Claire Obscure and Blueprints, right? Well, guess what? It also is happening with Lies of P. Also, take a look at my Mario Kart stream, okay? Now, of course, people will say, well, look what happened during the Mario Kart stream, right? You had people who don't like you, who were doing a competing stream, who were basically taking audience away. No, they weren't. The people who are watching other competing streams are not competing. That's not my competition. Those are scumbag toxic squads that people who watch myself positively are not also watching that. Do you understand? There are tweeners, people who like to jump from side to side. That's true. You want to know who that is? Orange Chef Sakai. He's the perfect example of that. But he's not all of my support, all right? So you can argue the last marathon I did was derailed by detractors. That's why I didn't do so good. But this last Mario Kart one, I'm stumped. This is brand new gameplay of a brand new game. Everyone wanted to see it. Everyone wanted to see it unboxed. Didn't barely get more support than a normal day. And then you've got multiple streams over the last week that we didn't hit the goal. And now today's Lies of P. I don't get it. And I'm sure, once again, people will all be toxic about this video because I like to be transparent with my audience about stuff that's going on, okay? Here is the transparency. If we're going back to the way it was before things got better, before I could afford everything you see around, before all the positive changes where I could just buy things for the streams and stuff on a whim, if we're going back there, it's not the end of the world. Once you understand that. But that means those changes will be undone. It means I can't afford stuff like this anymore. It means that we're going to have set games that I commit to playing in their entirety, and I can't drop them and move on to something else new because there's not enough support to do that. Do you get it? So that's the consequence of us. It'll be, we moved 2 steps forward, but now we're moving 2 steps back, and there's nothing I can do about that. The nature of the beast here, being a creator on the internet, is I am at not necessarily the mercy of, but more at the whims of people who feel like they want to come and support at any given time. Maybe this really was just a weird bad week, and things will bounce back and go back to how they were. And if that's the case, no big deal. But I'm just telling you how it is. Shocking that a brand new game didn't do well today. You know, I knew Claire Obscure wouldn't. It actually did better than I thought it would. But overall, if I have days where I'm not even hitting 1 goal total between 2 streams, all of this new stuff is gone. Won't be able to do it anymore. So all the fun night streams we're doing, hey, Phil got this and he spent a lot of money on this and he did this and now he's doing this and this. I can't do it. I don't want to change and go back. I liked doing these things. I have, really, but it seems like it's not under my control. It very well could just be that maybe you haven't been watching my content for the week. And now you're going to come back and be like, oh crap, I didn't realize, and then people will support. I don't know. Particularly, it's been Kick support, notably in the last, week, has dwindled significantly. The amount of subs getting on Kick has diminished. Is that because of toxic people hulling Kick viewers over there? Maybe it is. But I can't stop that. I'm going to continue to make my style of positive, fun, constructive content. I'm not going to engage with toxic losers. I'm going to stay the course. And I'm going to persevere. I want to make this very clear. I'm going to continue to be successful. It doesn't matter at all. Any of the shit that they say and do, I'm still going to be here and I'm still going to be having fun till the day that I decide to stop streaming. You understand that? So let's see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an interesting day because on the podcast, I'm going to live unbox all of these peripherals. We'll see what they look like. We'll see what they feel like. We'll see how they actually fit on my desk here. I'll plug them in because I have no idea what kind of USB cords and things they came with. We'll plug them in. We'll get them working with the PC. Okay. And from there, we'll see if we can get it working so when we do the stream, for the truck sim, it works, okay? That's a big part of the podcast tomorrow. So if you've been excited for that, come to the podcast tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow's first stream of gameplay is Blueprints. I don't expect much. This is the do or die stream for Blueprints. If tomorrow we hit a support goal while I'm playing Blueprints, I will play it again. Probably not this coming week, but in the future, we'll keep it in the rotation temporarily till we see what happens. But I feel like we're nearing the end of what we need to do to see the ending of the game. All right, it's a do or die stream. If tomorrow's another slow, nearly dead stream, that's it for Blueprints, okay? Tomorrow night is American Truck Sim. So tomorrow night we will have all these peripherals hooked up here, working. I'll be driving on camera with this thing. I'll have White Claws in tow. We'll see how it works as a true sim with all the peripherals for the first time, okay? Fair enough? I hope that makes sense. Hopefully, we bounce back tomorrow. If not, well, if it's the beginning of the end of the momentum that I had and the crazy increase to support and everything, well, if we go back to how it was, then we have to change back to how things were. I certainly don't want to. I don't want to say, hey, so this month we have to stick to these 4 games and play them all month until they're done and have no flexibility to try this new game or do that. I don't want to do that. But I have to do what works. If the increase of support that I was getting to allow me to have that flexibility is gone, then I have to revert. I don't want to revert. I like moving forward, not back. Things have been great in this last almost nearly a year. You may not realize it now. It all started in August of last year. Here we are in June. We're 10 months into this. Things have been absolutely amazing. I don't want to have to go back to how it was, but I guess we'll see. Starting tomorrow, let's see how it goes. I'm speaking my mind now. All right, you understand what's happening. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have a better day. We'll see. Okay? All right, everyone, have a good night. See you tomorrow for the podcast, Blueprints, and for Truck Sim. Peace out. Have a good night.